I had a student, I'm gonna call him Robert because I don't want to embarrass him, and this is online and everything, but he was an incredible student, very godly, respected by all the students in our ministry. And I asked him one semester, would he join two other students and help preach the sermon? We always had one night where the students would preach the sermon to about 300 other students. He said, I'd love to do it. So we got that week, all four of us, and we prepared the sermon, and the first person got up and they did the intro just like we rehearsed it, and the second person got up and she did the middle just like we rehearsed it, and the third person got up, and it was my friend Robert, and he started preaching away just the way we rehearsed it, and he got to the conclusion. He said, I'm not going to do the conclusion that Pastor Curt and I practice. And I'm like, oh no, here comes the heresy. What's he going to say? Because I was praying this afternoon, he said, and I realized that I can't preach this passage and not tell you something. You see, a couple months ago on a test, I cheated. And I cheated in a way that many students would say wasn't even cheating, but in my heart, I knew it was wrong, and I knew that I had a compromise of integrity, and I knew that I needed to confess my sin. And I'm not talking just confess to God. I'm talking about, I went to the professor today and said, I'm gonna speak to my fellow Christian students on this campus, and I can't do it without confessing this to you. And he told the professor what he'd done on the test. And the professor looked at him and said, I'm so proud of you for being honest and a person of integrity, but you're gonna fail my class. That's the rules. And then he said to the students, I would rather sit here knowing that my conscience is clear before my God than hide a sin from you and pretend I'm preaching something I know I don't live. And then he said, if any of you has a secret sin in your life, an unconfessed sin, I want you to come down to this altar and confess the sin. And of the 325 students there, 400 of them rose up and came down all at once. Why did he do that? Because he knew ultimately that God knew, and that he was owing God honesty. You see, my friend, you have more resolve than you know, and you are tougher than you know, and you're more committed than you know once you know that God knows you.